Okay, so as I said, this is Tom, by the way. As I said from earlier on the YouTube channel, if you saw the video Steve posted about trying to get back into it and all that, I posted things saying I would do a video from Dust. So the game came out a while ago for the whole Summer of Arcade thing for Xbox. I just haven't gotten around to doing a video of it. And right now, this is it. So press start. The game basically has I don't know, nature sim, shall we call it? Where should I start? What should I do? So you have play, you have the story, which I already finished. Go through our challenge mode, where it gives you a whole bunch of different challenges. I find them to be incredibly hard. Memory of the Tribe just shows all the stuff that you collect throughout the game. Okay, so I'm going to resume the story here, and I'll do which one is it? Roar of the Sea. I think this one shows basically a lot of what you have to do with the game. So let's see, I gotta restart the map because I already finished this. I love this cutscene thing. From each level you transfer, you walk through this, I don't know what to call this, to merge to a new place, which is this. So wait for this to finish loading. So at the beginning of each level, it'll give you a little cutscene thing, which is this. And it tells you what's going to happen, or what's basically going on. So you have these little people here. These people. And you want to send them to these things, which are totems. And that's how they build their villages. And your villages give you the power to do certain things. And you got the little thing that moves around. Wait for them to get there, and then once they get there, and the village builds, we'll see that shortly, hopefully. There you go. Start building their village, and from the village you'll expand grass, like vegetation, out onto anything that's dirt, as you can see going on right here. So, on the counter, up in the corner, well, this is showing that you need to get that totem. It gives your ability to your village, whatever has a little flag flying above them, to protect against like water, like tsunamis, or even if you have like a fountain that's coming down destroying your village, it gives you the ability to protect it. So then you gotta send your villagers up to it to go get it to come back. So sometimes it gets hard because you'll be like building your bridge over to your villagers, or for your villagers to get over there, and then like all of a sudden your sand right here will give out and wash away your villagers. It happens quite often. It's rather annoying. So you use left trigger to pick up the element that you're trying to use. Like right now I'm using sand to move to block off a river so that my guy has a nice clean path up there. The camera angles for this game are kind of obnoxious. I kind of just threw that in there now because I keep accidentally hitting up on the right analog stick, and it just causes it to go into this mode, and I hate this mode. But you only have these two camera angles for the game. So while he's going to go do that, he'll get that, and then he'll head back to the village, back down there to spread the word that they can do this now. While he's doing that, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to collect more sand to try to block off more water so that my people can travel to the next village safely. So with this game, you have control over, I think, 3 elements of it. Also, when you have him, you can zoom in. See this guy? He's running. He's got a little flag over his head, which I can't really see at the moment. That and that's what he's trying to bring back to the village to protect them from the tsunami, which is the countdown up in the corner of the screen if you can see it. So, well, I'll go back to what I was trying to do earlier. But the game, the game's physics engine, I think that's what we would want to call it, is like just ridiculous. Like the water, like will move sediment downstream and then build deltas at the bottom. So now my village has the ability to protect itself from water. So when the water tsunami finally hits, I'll go down over to the village to show what that looks like. So right now I have to get to this afterwards. I'm going to have to get to this totem here to build a new village. But if I try to, they get stopped by this water. So what I'm going to try to do is take as much sand as possible and use it to build a wall right here so that the water will flow down this path and out. Alright, so now the tsunami's coming, so I'm going to go over to my village just to show you what it would look like. So you see out in the water, out in the ocean, well, they give you this little cutscene. Out in the ocean, here comes the tsunami, and it's fairly large compared to my little defenseless village. But, so yeah, this is the village, and they start playing music, and that's their music to protect them from it. So the water just kind of goes around the village. Later on, you can get that power with like fire and stuff too, which is very helpful, because if there's any vegetation on your island and it gets hit by fire, it'll just expand and wipe out every village you have, which is not fun because you have to start all over. So while I'm waiting for the water to kind of recede so I can get back to work, I'm just going to come back over here. See how I had this wall built up earlier, but it's been pushed away due to just the water's force? It does that throughout the game. Some of the levels it's obnoxious just how often it does that. So now that that tsunami is hit, it shows me that I have another 6:38 until the next tsunami hits. So I want to have this done before that next tsunami. So keep building up the sand and trying to divert that river. So that little icon that shows up just shows your next objective. So I just need to get to this village, which I've been trying to do. There we go. I think that should be enough to get my villagers over there. So also there's a little bar down in the left hand corner of the screen that has the vegetation level of your island. With that, if you complete it, you get extra like the memory of the tribe thing that I showed earlier. That's what that attributes to. So you want as much vegetation to spread throughout your island as possible, and you do that by gathering dirt like from over here, since there's really not much over here. And you want to connect it to the dirt that's at your villages. I don't even know if that was successful. Oh yeah, see how it's spreading? So it'll continue to spread across and hopefully reconnect with that. As my villagers make their journey across the land, it's totem. So the game doesn't really have story, so to say. Like it has narrative, but the narrative's not very specific on why all this is happening. Like it's something like they want to connect with their ancient gods. Yeah, that's it. So after you get this totem, I think this totem has Jellify water, which is a pretty cool move. It just lets the water turn to jelly instead of like liquefied, whatever. So you gotta wait for this village to be finished. Oh, it's not. So then you have that. That's your gateway to the next level. It's the finish point, the checkpoint, whatever you want to call it. And you have to send 5 people over to that, just like how you send people to the totem. So you have to take all this sand, And it sucks. If you're doing this and you get a tsunami come in, it literally just wipes out all of the sand that you've been using for this bridge. It's just rather discouraging. Especially if you're trying to get the, I don't know what to call it, the vegetation part of this, because that just destroys all that sand that you've been trying to get going. So now you have to drain all of the water out of here, and to me the easiest way to do that is just to dig this little like, tunnel thing right here, and it'll allow the water just to kind of pour out. The only problem is after a while you start doing that, you're catching the sand, not water. So over time you get control over lava and vegetation and water, and you get different abilities, like there's Jellify water, which makes it so, which I already explained, and then there's also Infinite Earth. I love Infinite Earth, where as long as you have a counter going, you can just spread constant earth, and it gets very helpful later in the game when you have to do vegetation or build land bridges and stuff. What else is there? There's Shrine. No, I can't remember. What else is there? There's the Void, which makes it so when you're absorbing stuff, you just absorb it. You don't have to drop it at all. There's Amplified Breath, which makes it so you can absorb more. I know there's more powers, I can't remember. But if you do like Jellify thing with Infinite Earth, you can build giant towers of sand, which is pretty fun to do, and just watch it collapse. So to get the vegetation part going, I'm gonna put sand over this so that it'll climb over the bedrock and get onto here. And these are like the slug things, I don't really know what to call them. Since now I have 5 people at the little gateway, I can go on to the next level, but yeah, I just wanted to have the whole plantation thing finished. So now I'm going to go on to the next level by pressing A, and it does this little cutscene. And they walk into the little thing. So, I think that's all I'm going to show from Dust for the moment. If you want to see more because you're curious about buying the game or anything like that, just post on the video and let me know. I'll have another video later.